favourite on the off at 3-1 was number 7, Casabella.
And on the starters' orders, they're off.
And Standard Ease comes out pretty quickly in the centre with My Chiara also well up there and Casabella. They're followed by Perspective, Alpha Helix, Shadowland, Sexy Mover, and Young George is just the back marker. So racing towards the end of the first furlong and a half, and My Chiara now just takes it up. My Chiara from Alpha Helix racing on the inside. Standard Ease has been steadied back in midfield. Casabella showing up well with Perspective, but quite a steady pace as they race to the left-handed turn after the first quarter of a mile. And My Chiara making the running now by a couple of lengths. Casabella goes into second, then a length to Perspective as they race into this turn. They're followed by Young George, who's made progress, and Shadowland moving easily, followed by Standard Ease. And towards the rear of the field is Alpha Helix, and also Sexy Mover towards the rear. But they're getting quite well stretched out now with about a mile to race as they run uphill. And Annie Usher making the running on My Chiara by just over 2 lengths from Casabella and Lois Leggett in second. Then after these, Young George is third, and then a length back to Standard Ease. As they continue uphill, Perspective is next as they race towards the top of the hill. They're about just over 3/4 of a mile from home. And now Annie Usher's gone clear on My Chiara. She's kicked about 6 or 7 lengths clear of Casabella. Then Young George next. As they make the turn towards us, also close up, Standard Ease is running on, chased by Perspective, then a gap to Shadowland, Sexy Mover, and Alpha Helix as they start downhill back towards us. 4.5 furlongs from home, and My Chiara, the one they've got to catch, about 5 or 6 lengths clear. Young George ranging up on the outside is just about second. Standard Ease with Sharon Murgatroyd hard at work. Casabella still there on the far side with a chance, and in behind these, Shadowland's got a lot to do at the moment. So racing uphill with 3 furlongs to race, and My Chiara slipped the field and about 8 to 10 lengths clear as they start up towards us, just over 1/4 of a mile from home. And My Chiara clear by 8 to 10 lengths, chased by Casabella and Young George. Then in behind these, Perspective's gone fourth. Then Alpha Helix making ground with Shadowland running on the far side, but racing down just over a furlong from home. Annie Usher can look over her shoulder, and My Chiara is as far clear as she's been throughout the race. My Chiara is 10 or 12 to 15 lengths clear now. A great run from Shadowland on the far rails, might get second, but Young George is next, and Casabella on the stand side. And racing into the closing stages, My Chiara's got this well wrapped up for Annie Usher, with Shadowland running on into second. Young George is third, then Perspective and Alpha Helix.
First, number 1, My Chiara, the 72 second favourite. Second, number 3, Shadowland at 8-1. And third, number 2, Young George at 6-1. Number 5, Radio Caroline was withdrawn. Rule 4 applies to all bets with a deduction of 5 pence in the pound. Onto the 245, a maiden for 2-year-olds over 5 furlongs. All 5 ran. Number 3, Ned's Bonanza was sent off, the 10-11 favourite.
They're on the starters' orders. They're off.
Ned's Bonanza and Tenacity come out quickly, followed by Simply H, then just behind them Dark Midnight, and Jubal Early a little slowly away, a length and a half, 2 lengths behind the others. But it's now Tenacity who goes on into the lead after a furlong from Ned's Bonanza, a length behind. Simply H is close up on the inside, tracked by Dark Midnight, and Jubal Early a couple of lengths behind them. So racing towards the final 3 furlongs, and still Tenacity out in front, with Ned's Bonanza going quite well towards the outside, then Dark Midnight improving well as Simply H comes under pressure. So racing up to the final quarter, and Tenacity pressed now by Ned's Bonanza in the centre of the course. These two go on together as Simply H drops away with Dark Midnight and Jubal Early, but down inside the final furlong, and this is a battle royal up front between Tenacity and Ned's Bonanza as they go into the final half furlong, and it's Tenacity showing just that to go on by a length for Jack Berry and John Carroll. Tenacity goes 2 lengths clear from Ned's Bonanza in second. Jubal Early has run on quite well in third.
First, number 5, Tenacity at 7-2, and second, number 3, Ned's Bonanza, the 10-11 favourite. Onto the 3:15, a handicap for 3-year-olds over 1 mile and 3 furlongs. All 8 runners lined up. Number 3, Golden Gunner was sent off favourite at 11-8.
And on the starters' orders, they're off.
And Chiefs Bavoo comes out quickly with Final Deed and Azarias and Golden Gunner, these 4 in front of Robert E. Lee, then Crimson Cloud and Top Anna together, and just last is Run Milady. as they race down towards the first left-handed turn after a furlong. Chiefs Baboo goes on from Azaraeus on the outside, then Final Deed as they go into this left-handed turn. Golden Gunner settled in 4th place, then a length and a half to Top Anna, then Run Milady on the outside as they're about to start on the right-handed loop back towards us. Chiefs Baboo by a couple of lengths now from Azaraeus and the grey Final Deed. Making ground on the outside, Crimson Cloud, followed by Golden Gunner, Top Anna, then Run Milady, and just the back marker, Robert E. Lee. So racing up towards the top of the hill, about 7 furlongs out, Chiefs Baboo goes 2 or 3 lengths clear of Final Deed, now second. Then in third, Crimson Cloud close up on the outside, a length and a half to Azaraeus, being passed by Golden Gunner, also making ground Robert E. Lee, and just behind these, Top Anna and Run Milady. So at the top of the hill, about 6 furlongs out, and the field bunching up now. Chiefs Baboo steadied in the lead a bit, going up the hill, I think. And now a close second, Crimson Cloud. Final D just behind, coming wider, Robert E. Lee. Then Golden Gunner poised behind them with Azaraeus, Run Milady, and just being niggled at towards the rear now is Top Anna. But Chiefs Baboo still the leader down to the 4 furlong marker. Chiefs Baboo from Crimson Cloud, then Robert E. Lee on the outside challenging well. Golden Gunner's been pulled out for a challenge on the outside. The grey Final D trying to get to them. They're followed by Azaraeus about a length and a half behind, and then Run Milady and Top Anna. So racing up towards us, 2.5 furlongs out in the Lang's Supreme Scotch Whisky Trophy. And down to the final quarter, Chiefs Baboo on the far side still has the call, but Crimson Cloud is improving well. Final D sticking on at 1 pace, then towards the outside of the field, Robert E. Lee and Golden Gunner on the wide outside, but they're going to have to go now to catch the Kempton winner, Chiefs Baboo, who's stormed clear in the hands of John Lowe. And it's Chiefs Baboo about 7 or 8 lengths clear with half a length furlong to race. Crimson Azaraeus has gone second, then Top Anna running on really well. But Chiefs Baboo can be eased down by John Lowe for the Ben Hanbury stable. Azaraeus takes second, then Top Anna with running on well, Run Milady.
First, number 5, Chiefs Baboo at 11-2. Second, number 1, Azaraeus at 25-1. And third, number 8, Top Anna at 33-1. The next at Hamilton, the 3:45, was a maiden for 2-year-olds over 6 furlongs. All 8 runners lined up. Favoured on the off at 1-2 was number 8, Truthful Image.
And the starters' orders, they're up.
And Euro Twist comes out pretty quickly with the Dandy Don and Chill Wind, and also Donald's Folly out in the centre of the course. Firefly was quickly away with, on the outside, Truthful Image just held up. Then behind them comes Danny Kane, slightly outpaced at the moment. Invisible Armour and Euro Twist has dropped out as they race at the end of the first quarter of a mile. And O'Donnell's Folly, the Dandy Don, Filed Flyer and Truthful Image on the outside. These 4 in line abreast, about 2 clear of Danny Kane, with the other 3 headed by Euro Twist a bit outpaced. So starting to run uphill at the halfway stage, 3 furlongs to race, and O'Donnell's Folly on the right as we look at them, the Dandy Don in the centre with Filed Flyer, and on the outside Truthful Image coming there strongly as they race up towards the final quarter. And Truthful Image on the left, just about the leader from Filed Flyer, who's hanging on well in second. O'Donnell's Folly is next, followed by the Dandy Don. Then Danny Kane running on a bit, but they're going to have to go now to catch the leader, Truthful Image, chased by Filed Flyer in second. Then Danny Kane going third, and Chill Wind is picking up nicely as they race down to the final furlong. And it's Truthful Image, but Filed Flyer is finishing very fast on the stand side. And this could be Jack Berry's 50th, his fastest 50th. As Firefly gets there from Truthful Image, then Chill Wind and Danny Kane.
First, number 1, Filed Flyer at 12-1. Second, number 8, Truthful Image, the 1-2 favourite. And third, number 7, Chill Wind at 20-1. The next at Hamilton, the 4:15, was a handicap over 6 furlongs. All 12 ran, with the favourite, number 8, The Right Time, sent off at 5-1.
They're under starters' orders, they're up.
And Den's Ben comes out very smartly on the stands rails from Cross Mags, then well up with these just behind Forever Diamonds, and also well up with the pace Philikaya in the centre of the course. Blade of Fortune is well there with Crail Harbour, set the standards towards the left together with The Right Time and Jerusalem just behind. Just behind them, another march is close up, with Forever Diamonds now being pushed along about 2 lengths behind them. Beechwood Cottage a bit outpaced. So too is Cross Mags now towards the rear of the field with Bingo Bongo as they race uphill now with about 3 furlongs left, and it's Philakaya and Dens Ben against the stands rails. These two are about a length in front of Crail Harbour, the right time. Jerusalem making good ground in the centre of the course has set the standards fades. They've got a quarter of a mile to race now, and Jerusalem in the centre is perhaps the overall leader from the right time. Philakaya and Dens Ben behind them. Crail Harbour, Forever Diamonds is finishing well, but Jerusalem in the centre as they come inside the final furlong, being pressed by Philakaya and Dens Ben on the stand side, racing wide apart, and it's Jerusalem in the centre. Jerusalem and Paul Burke, who are going to stay on about 2 lengths clear of Philakaya. Forever Diamonds runs on well in third, then Dens Ben a close fourth, and they're clear of the right time and Bingo Bongo.
First, number 12, Dar es Salaam at 16 to 1. Second, number 9, Philakaya, also 16 to 1. And third, number 2, Forever Diamonds at 6 to 1. On to the 4:45, a claimer for 3-year-olds over an extended mile. Number 8, Aunt Nellie, was a non-runner that left 10. Number 4, Laurel Queen, was sent off the 11 to 8 favourite.
They're under starters' orders. They're off.
And in the early stages, Laurel Queen comes out pretty quickly together with Jen Pat as they start to run uphill, and it's Jen Pat and Laurel Queen the leaders. Then in behind these come Air Classic and Double Merit and Stairway to Heaven, followed by Angel Train, Duster Throne on the outside. Then Barely Black as they race up towards the top of the hill. And Laurel Queen, the leader, with Jen Pat on the inside. They're about 2 or 3 clear now of Air Classic. Then Barely Black, who's gone up into 4th place, followed by Stairway to Heaven, Dust Dethroned, Angel Train. Dropping back now is Double Merit, and towards the rear of the field, Valley of Time, and well behind Alcabar as they pass the 5. Laurel Queen and John Carroll out in front by about a length with Air Classic, and also moving up Barely Black, Stairway to Heaven on the outside. Jen Pat drops back. They're followed closely by Double Merit, with Duster Throne making ground on the outside. Angel Train looking for room just behind them, Valley of Time, and they're clear of Alcabar. So starting to run uphill about 3 furlongs from home, and Laurel Queen still the leader, with Barely Black now being pushed along and dropping away as Stairway to Heaven comes out of the pack. Air Classic's under strong pressure and going nowhere at the moment, and Duster Throne's also finishing well. But Laurel Queen on the far side. Laurel Queen the leader from Stairway to Heaven in second. Duster Throne is next, followed by Valley of Time running on. And as they race to the final furlong, and it looks like Jack Berry and John Carroll again. It'll be their 3rd winner of the afternoon, surely, because Laurel Queen has gone 5 or 6 clear with half a furlong to race from Stairway to Heaven and Dust Dethroned. But no doubt about this, a great afternoon for the Jack Berry stable. Laurel Queen, the clear winner, from Dust Dethroned taking second, then Stairway to Heaven, and behind them, close for 4th between Angel Train and Double Merit.
First, number 4, Laurel Queen, the 11 to 8 favourite. Second, number 2, Duster Throne at 33 to 1. And third, number 5, Stairway to Heaven at 3 to 1. But on to the last at Hamilton, the 5:15. This was a handicap over an extended mile. Number 2, Robert Deere, was sent off the 6 to 4 favourite.
They're under starters' orders. They're off.
And away to a fairly level break with Lady Violet coming out quickly with Robert Deere, and moving up on the outside Marion Evans. And it's Marion Evans from Lady Violet, then Hickory Wind and Princess Roxanne going up quickly. They're followed by Blue Grit towards the outside. Then Robert Deere steady back in midfield with Dumbreck, and towards the rear are Golden Della. And Doulad's Image, the top weight, is the back marker as they race towards the top of the hill about 6.5 furlongs out. And Marion Evans taking them along about a length in front of Princess Roxanne, then Blue Grit on the outside of Lady Violet. They're followed by Hickory Wind and Robert Deere, then Dumbreck towards the rear with Golden Della and Doulad's Image. But pretty tightly grouped as they pass the 5 furlong marker and come downhill, with Marion Evans from the Tommy Craig stable leading on the inside of Princess Roxanne, with Blue Grit and Alex Greaves coming there strongly. Then Hickory Wind, Robert Deere makes ground on the outside, Dumbreck's trying to get to them. Then behind them, Lady Violet, with Doulad's Image improving on the inside. Golden Della's also improving. So tightly grouped as they race uphill towards the 3 furlong marker. And Blue Grit now goes for home from Princess Roxanne, sticking on the far side. Then behind those, Hickory Wind is coming there strongly. Robert Deere on the outside. Then Golden Della and Dumbreck, as they continue to race up towards us. A furlong and a half left, and Blue Grit in the centre is just about the overall leader. Blue Grit the leader from Hickory Wind coming there strongly with Robert Deere on the outside. Then Princess Roxanne, and coming on the far side, Dumbreck Just over half a furlong to race. Blue Grit now tackled by Dumbreck on the far side. And it's Dumbreck and John Lowe who are going to get there, I think. A double for John Lowe as Dumbreck goes nearly a length clear of Blue Grit, with Dulab's Image flying through into third just in front of Hickory Wind and Robert Deere.
First, number 5, Dumbreck at 12 to 1. Second, number 8, Blue Grit at 7 to 2. And third, number 1, Dulab's